that we own, we lease an additional 30,000 acres from the Bureau of Land Management. And that land cannot be developed, but it does provide a nice buffer for the sanctuary itself. And the wildlife is aware of this. So we have a large number of mule deer, wild turkey, jackrabbits, cottontails, rock squirrels, chipmunks, coyotes, bobcats. Coming up on our left here pretty quickly is our second pet cemetery. It's called Angels Overlook. We began placing animals at Angels Overlook about 2 years ago, and it is just for sanctuary animals. We wanted to leave some space down below for people who want to place their private pets there. This is Angels Overlook. Off to our right here, this is part of the Grand Staircase Escalante. We are parked on one of the stairs. We're on the Vermilion Cliffs. We're at 5,500 feet. Those are the White Cliffs. Those are at 6,500 feet. And the next step of the staircase after the Whites would be Bryce Canyon, 70 miles north. The adoption rate here at the sanctuary is about 75%. And when people adopt from us, one of the things that they agree to is a home inspection. And we don't adopt any pet out without us doing a home inspection prior to the adoption. And we do that because we want to feel confident that this match is going to be a great one. This pet's going to get a great forever home. And in the event that the adoption doesn't work out, you agree when you adopt a pet from us that that pet gets to come back home here. You don't find another home for it. You don't place it with a friend or relative. That pet gets to come home. First get out stop this morning is going to be in Cat World, and we've got roughly 550 cats on the property. You'll get to pet each and every one of them. Off to the right here, the buildings you see are part of Dogtown Heights. That's our gated community, or we refer to it as our high rent district for our dogs. We have some gates that we're coming up to that were designed by a local artist. And if you look in between the paw print flowers, you'll see some dogs' heads, shapes. Anyhow, these are 5 dogs that meant the world to him. And so he just incorporated them into his art. When we talk about cats, a lot of times in the rescue world, the word feral cat comes up a lot. And a feral cat is just a cat that is deathly afraid of humans, wants no interaction. It's the cat that when you walk up to it, it runs as far and fast in the opposite direction as possible. And mostly feral cats are found in industrial areas where there's a high percentage of rodents. They're also found along waterways. They usually live in colonies. Sometimes you'll find them out behind restaurants and grocery stores where there's dumpsters. And we strongly believe in TNR with feral cats, and that stands for trap, neuter, spay, and release back to the colony. And we're real active with the feral cat groups around here. They go out and do all the trapping for us, and then we do the spay and neuter, and then they release them. So this particular building to our right hasn't even opened yet. It's going to open up a week from today. This is going to be our cat headquarters, and it's also going to be independent living for cats. So our cats, some of the cats that don't do well in the group settings that we have all the other buildings in, these cats can just live solo by themselves and get adopted that way. This building here to our right is Kitty Motel. 3 rooms in this particular building are for our FIV cats, and FIV is a immune deficiency disease amongst cats. There's a room in here that has several geriatric cats, and then one of the rooms in that building is called our Incontinental Suite. Next building at the top here, that's Casa de Calmar. This building holds all of our feline leukemia kitties. It's named after Cal and Martha, a loving couple from California. Did a lot of volunteering and were longtime members. The game plan was for Cal and Martha to retire in Kanab so Cal could golf 18 every day and Martha could volunteer in cats. And before that became reality, Martha fell ill and passed away to cancer. So Cal had her dream house built right there and donated it to Best Friends. Next building we're coming up to is Happy Landings. This is our quarantine area. Cats coming in are held here for 2 weeks. We do the blood work on them to see if they have any diseases. We microchip them, we spay and neuter them if necessary, get them on good diets. Caregivers in this building pay particular attention to their behavior and personality so that when they get released to the general population, we place them in the right building. This next building that we're coming up to is the Colonel's Barracks. This is the largest building on the property. This one has 6 rooms and probably about 110 cats in it. You know, once upon a time, this building, and there's 3 smaller ones in behind it, was referred to as Wildcat Village because this is where we house the majority of the feral cats. But over time, with the number of volunteers that we get now, and just the socialization that goes on with our cats, we don't have very many feral cats anymore. We have some that are still shy to humans, but as far as feral goes, the number is extremely small. Before we get out here, I just want to make everyone aware of a few things. One thing is that we're going to go into the building as a group because there may be a cat loose or a couple cats loose in the lobby, and we don't want them escaping. And we're going to do the same thing when we go into one of the individual rooms. We'll go in as a group. I'll be the door watchman so nobody gets out. So when you go into the rooms or buildings, get in as far as possible so we can all get inside. Don't stop when you get 2 feet in the door and start petting a cat at all. Preventable.